Hello everybody! 2026 is already looking like a very strong year for horror books. And today I'm going to be talking about 8 of those books that I cannot wait to read. And I genuinely think that you need to add them to your TBR as well. As always, please check content warnings before diving into any of these books. Now, in no particular order, let's talk about them. First up, we have The Caretaker by Marcus Kliewer. If you have watched my ranking every horror book that I read last year video, you will know that We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kliewer, his debut book, I believe, was one of my favorites of last year. I thought that book was absolutely incredible, and The Caretaker, I believe, is set in the same world, which is exactly what I said that I wanted after I finished We Used to Live Here. The Caretaker is about a woman that applies for a job after seeing a very interesting job posting claiming it's this super exciting opportunity. It's only 3 days of work looking after a stranger's house, but she very quickly realizes that there is way more to this than she expected, and she might now be the only thing standing between a waking nightmare and the rest of humanity's survival. This one comes out in April, and I will be getting my hands on it as soon as possible. Next up, we have You Did Nothing Wrong by C.G. Drews. I have actually not read any of this author's other work, but I've heard so many good things about them. I will definitely be checking out one of their other books, I think, before this one comes out. So far, I think they've written a lot of YA horror, but this is their first adult horror book. It's about a single mother whose life has suddenly become a fairy tale. She has met a very handsome, devoted man that has whisked her and her son off to his estate. She genuinely believes that everything has worked out for her perfectly, until her autistic son starts claiming that he's hearing voices coming from the walls of her new house. It also sounds like there's some other secrets in there to do with the single mother and the house itself. Big manor houses and gothic mansions are some of my favorite settings in horror books, and this book sounds like it fits that perfectly. Now, a book that is coming out pretty soon and is a little bit different for me is Tradwife. The main character in this one is a traditional wife influencer. She is living the picture perfect life, but she is missing one key thing: a baby. And as we know, stuff on social media isn't always the truth, and contradictory to what her followers think, things with her husband are not going well. So in a desperate attempt to get a baby, makes a wish that is granted by a dark creature that comes to visit her one night. At first, she's obviously super excited, but then things start to take a dark turn when the pregnancy is rapidly developing and she's starting to crave meat. This one is being marketed as like a modern digital age Rosemary's Baby, and I absolutely adored Rosemary's Baby. Then one of my auto-buy authors, T.Kingfisher, is releasing another book. This one is called Wolfworm, which I'm already highly intrigued by this title. It is set in 1899, where a scientific illustrator is given the opportunity to catalogue this guy's extensive insect collection. She doesn't have anything else going on right now and needs the work, so she jumps at this opportunity. Once again, we're in another creepy manor house where things are not what they seem. Animals in the area are acting really strangely, and the locals are being suspicious. So this illustrator sets out to discover the dark secrets that are going on here, and it sounds like the doctor is also doing some weird, creepy experiments. I just can't wait to read another T.Kingfisher book. She's one of my absolute favorite authors. Please go check out her work. Quick note, we are halfway through the books now, and if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And stick around for these other 4 books. Next, we have Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward. This is the same woman that wrote The Last House on Needless Street, which I read around this time last year, and I absolutely loved that book. A brother and sister are seeking refuge when they run away from home in the abandoned ruins of a movie star's ranch. It's rumored to be a place where adults can't enter, and these kids are hoping to find new family there, and it quickly becomes very apparent that these siblings may have traded their home life for something even worse. Then we have The Fourth Wife by Linda Hamilton. This one is a romantic historical gothic horror about a woman that has just been commanded to become the 4th wife of a Mormon. She moves into the same house where all of his other wives and their children live together. I'm just realizing again, this is another like gothic mansion kind of vibe. I know what I like, okay? She's sensing dark secrets between her husband and also some resentment from the other wives. And she is seeing all kinds of crazy things and starts to become concerned that she's being haunted by a presence in his mansion. If you've watched any of my other videos, you may know that I'm a big fan of religious horror, and also I feel like I've not read any kind of like Mormon horror before. This one sounds very interesting. We're on to the final few books now. Next up is Odessa. This one is about a grieving family who lose one of their teenage children in a terrifying attack. The father is absolutely beside himself and starts looking through ancient texts for a way to bring her back. And by some miracle, she is returned, but she's not the same. And now there is something monstrous that's stalking the village where they live that could be of her father's own making. This one is set in Russia at the height of the pogroms when Jews are mysteriously disappearing, so I also imagine this one might be quite a hard read. Then last but not least, we have On Sundays She Picked Flowers by Scholfield. This one is about a woman that fled her childhood home. She's drawn to the forests of southern Georgia, where she finds a dilapidated house which turns out to actually be haunted, but she soothes its ghosts and lives there for the next 13 years. She blossoms into a wise woman and a healer, but her peace is shattered when somebody shows up at her door. This person stirs up memories from her past and starts to feel some brutal urges suddenly brought brought on by this woman. This one is Sapphic, it's Southern Gothic horror, and I cannot wait to check it out. So they are 8 horror books that are coming out this year that I cannot wait to read. Please let me know if you're adding any of these to your TBR, or if there's any on here that I missed that you think you want to recommend to me. Please let me know in the comments. I'm always on the lookout for new horror books. If you like this video and want more horror recommendations, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I will see you next time, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye.